Linus and Luke, I love the show. Keep up the great content, but I was wondering if other than GPUs, what PC parts you should avoid when buying secondhand.
Oh, I don't think you should avoid GPUs at all.
I read this earlier. That was going to be a strong part of my response
Oh,
too.
sorry.
No, I'm just saying I agree. And I wouldn't necessarily avoid buying any PC parts secondhand. There are things that I would be way more careful about, mostly motherboards and storage.
Secondhand storage is just
Secondhand storage is pretty sketch.
often not worth it. There are cases where I've put secondhand storage in our like production like editing server, but those were enterprise grade drives. You could actually go into the drives and see what their power on hours were, see what their bytes written were. They're a savvy shopper can buy secondhand storage in certain cases, but for the average consumer, it is not something that I would recommend.
Yeah, you have to. This is something that I run into trying to buy secondhand storage all the time too. Is you like shop around, you find a good deal, and you're like, okay, sweet. And then you go look at how much it would cost to just buy a new one, and it's like the same price. I don't know what's up with that.
I don't get it.
But the storage secondhand market has always been kind of trash. So you're probably not even. It's probably not even worth doing at all. But if you do, make sure you're very careful about it. And that should be because your budget is like really tight. Also with stuff like motherboards, make sure you inspect them closely. And if the person's like, no, then don't buy it.
Yeah. For Shrug IDK says you should buy like 20 to 50 used mining GPUs on eBay. Have the lab test them, running them 24/7 for gaming and see how they perform.
That's a cool idea.
We already did it. It's coming out soon. We bought 20. So stay tuned. But no, if it works, it works. And buyer protections on these used platforms like eBay are so good now that if it doesn't work, there is a strong chance that you will be able to get your money back. So yeah, really the big one for me is storage. I'm a little less wary of used motherboards than Luke is, but he's not wrong either. Especially because a used motherboard, it can be not obvious that it's bad immediately. Whereas with a GPU, it's actually usually obvious very quickly. You run some kind of intensive application like Firmark or a game benchmark or something like that, and you should see artifacting. Or if you're monitoring the clock speeds, you should see them dip. You should see something go wrong pretty much right away. And if it doesn't go wrong right away, then it probably has some life left in it. As much as when it was new, okay, probably not, but some.